Alright guys, welcome back. So I'm going to quickly try and touch on how I deal with trade psychology. Right now I'm going to try and make this video as quick as possible so I don't waste too much of your time. But I'm going to try and go through all the steps that I sort of apply to my trade and how I sort of train my mind and my emotions before I go into the charts. Okay, so as I said before, the first part you've always got to start with is your trading method, right? And then you're going to build a system. Okay, you're going to probably hear me say that on so many different videos. Once you get a system, you can test that over and over again, and eventually you start to trust that system. You know what its long-term win rate is, right? Now, what you can get, you do get things called a good loser, and you also get bad winners, all right? And I'll talk you through them quickly, right? Now, a good loser is a trade that you took based on your rules. You followed the plan, okay, and you stuck to your guns, all right? So you followed the whole rule set. You took a trade, it became a loser. But the fact that you stuck to your rules is what made it a good loser, okay? Your risk management was there, all that sort of good stuff. Now, a bad winner is where you just take a trade, you chase price, and you win a trade, but there was no planning behind it. There was no real sort of development of patience. You didn't have any rules in place. You just accidentally won a trade, all right? That is a bad winner, okay? And that's where a lot of beginner traders start to really think they're the best trader in the world. They chased price just because it was going down. They went short. They ended up making a couple of quid, and then they realized, I'm really good at this. I'm going to be a professional trader. Get too confident and cocky, and eventually you start realizing, actually, I'm not that good at it. Then your mindset goes all down the pan, and then you start losing all trades and blowing accounts. All right. So have your method in place. Develop your system. You got your rule set, right? Then you got your good winners. You got your bad losers, and you've also got your bad winners and your good losers. All right. So we've touched on that. Now, the next part of the process I'm going to quickly talk about is your risk management, and you're going to hear loads of traders talk about that over and over again. But risk management is absolutely vital for long-term survival in this game, okay? Now, if you're risking 20% of your account, or 30% or 40% of your account in one trade, you're going to be watching price tick away, and every moment it comes against your position, you're going to be looking to close that trade, right? Because you just cannot cope with the fact that you're potentially going to lose half your account. Now, if you're only risking 0.5%, 1%, maybe 2% max, are you going to be as bothered when that position goes against you? Probably not, okay? Because the damage on your account is going to be minimal. Now, that brings me on to the next part. When you put a position on, you have to commit to the risk that you're putting on the table, okay? So you might put 1%, 2%, 0.5%, whatever, but the moment you click that position on, buy, sell, put your stop loss in place, you are now committed to that trade, okay? You don't move that stop loss away from price. You've got your risk set, okay? If price comes against you, you either let it hit your target, or let it hit your stop loss, okay? But you need to make sure you're committed to that trade. So once you've got your method, you got your system, you got your set of rules, you got your trading plan, you got your risk management, good stuff, right? So that's most of the topics covered for actual trading, okay? Now, how you manage your take profit, completely up to you. You can either have a 3-to-1, 4-to-1, 5-to-1. You can have a set target where we have like equal highs or lows. You can even trail your stop loss behind price if you figure out how to do that correctly, right? Which I will be teaching at some point. Now, once you've got all them parts of trading in, how do you start to prepare your mind, right? Now, this is really important, okay? Now, some of you are going to probably be thinking this is a bit, whatever, religious, blah, blah, blah. I don't really agree with this. Meditation, I don't care what anybody says, meditation is one of the best tools that you can use in trading, along with visualization, all right? And that's what I'm going to quickly cover now. So what you want to do before you trade, okay? You get on your computer, and you're going to go and put some Zen music on, Z-E-N, all right? Zen music, you can have some water noises, nature noises, don't really care as long as you're not listening to thrash metal and death metal and all that sort of good stuff, for your pre-trading preparation, okay? You want to take 10 to 15 minutes, not on the chart, just listening to quiet, relaxing music, right? You're then going to focus on your breathing, calm your heart rate down, and getting a good mindset ready to look at the charts and do your analysis. You don't want to be getting on the charts right after an argument with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your mum, your dad, or your dog. Because that's just going to put you in a really bad mindset in order to get onto the charts. And if you take a loss, you're then going to go into revenge mode. You're then going to over leverage, take another loss, go into even more revenge mode. Then you're going to go further and further into the negative, eventually blow your account, and then probably put your keyboard through the screen of your computer. Okay, and I've done that already previously. I did write about it in my book, which is linked down below. Okay, now Once you've got your trade plan, your risk management, all that good stuff, you now relax into the charts, okay? Your trading day, maybe it's been a good one, maybe it hasn't, right? But how do you further develop your mind, all right? Now, this is real key and what really helped me with my system, okay? If you start, when you go to bed at night, visualization is really, really good, okay? It's a really good tool. Now, what visualization is, it's a method where you imagine something playing out in your mind. So you can see it in your mind, you build a picture, and you imagine whatever it is you're looking to develop on, okay? And you're training your subconscious mind in order to form a habit, all right? Now, that habit can be anything, okay? So like, if you look at like people who race motorcycles, people who are Olympic athletes, sports fanatics, people who play any kind of championships, whether it be chess, poker, anything that's got some sort of competitive edge that you need in that industry, they go into a process, what's called, they call it psyching, or psyching themselves up, all right? You may have heard that term, but it's a visualization process, all right? So let's take a runner, for example. A runner will visualize themselves in their mind with their eyes closed, picturing the most perfect race, getting off that start really, really good, being in the lead, every single movement of that leg is going efficiently, the breathing's on point and things like that, okay? So that's what they start to visualize, and they visualize themselves winning that race, right? Now, that's how you build something up in your mind. Now, how do you apply that to trading, okay? So we have given you, in our group, a 4-step process to get in the market, right? You know what you're looking for: equal highs or lows, have the stops in the run, have we had a rejection of price, have we had a break of structure, okay? 4 simple rules to a trade plan, right? We've developed it for you. We've done the back testing, we've done the forward testing, we've proved it works for FTMO challenges. So now you've got a system you can take away and really sort of focus on, right? Targets, depending on how you want to do targets, we just touched on that a moment ago. But what you want to be doing is you want to go and take that process. You know what it looks like on the chart. Get in bed at night in the dark, and what you want to do is close your eyes, go into that sort of meditation state almost, and you're going to start to visualize the chart playing out. I see equal highs or equal lows. You're going to look for the run on stops. You're going to look for the rejection of price and the break of structure. And you want to build that in your head, okay? Now, you need to do this every single night for about 30 to 60 days, right, to form a habit. And that isn't 5 days a week. That is 7 days a week without fail, okay? Once you do that, you're going to start training your mind, right? So in your mind, in your brain, you've got neurons, right? Now, neurons, when you're trying to form a habit, neurons are like little tiny fibers in the brain which give electrical impulses, right? And that's kind of what makes your personality and your habits and all that sort of stuff. When you start to form a new habit and reprogram your mind, your neurons will break away from certain neurons and they will form new connections, okay? And that's where you start to form a new habit. Very interesting topic if you're going to have a look at it. And it's used widely across the world in all sorts of industries, right? But visualization, you're going to do that at night, right? And when you're doing it at night, after a couple of weeks, you're going to find yourself like dreaming about the setup. You're going to be able to picture it in your mind. You're going to know exactly what you're looking for. So when you get on the chart, it's not a surprise anymore. You're not struggling to see it. You can see the pattern. Your mind knows what it's looking for. You've done your meditation before trading, so you're nice and calm. You've got your rules in place. You know what risk you're putting on the table, and you're fully committed to the trade, right? So that is how I look at trading and how I've got a grip of my emotions, right? Now, we've already talked about process over outcome in previous videos. If you're focusing on money, money is going to run. I don't care what anyone says, you need to focus on the process. You need to become more patient. You need to become better at following your rules. You need to do better risk management, okay? You need to not be trading at stupid times when there isn't a setup, right? Now, how do I get over the boredom aspect, right? Now, for those of you who are in the group, you're already going to know that I only trade 3 days a week and I do New York sessions. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, New York session. For those of you who don't know about that, if you're not in the group, link down below, you're going to find the link to decisionofpower.com. You can click on that link in the middle of the screen when you get to the website. You can join Discord community, okay? And at the moment, that link is free. But at some point in the next 4 to 5 weeks, we are going to be going to a membership, $29.99, really cheap, nice, easy, simple, right? Good value for your money, all right? So there's the advert done. Now, if you come over to the Discord channel, like I said, it's completely free. You're going to see live streams. You're going to see a lot of traders in there now who have taken our trade plan and they're doing the process themselves. They're calling out trades, doing very, very well. Okay, now coming back to me, okay, I used to get really bored. If I trade 5 days a week, I'd mess a lot up. If I try and trade London and New York, I get really bored after London, after not getting a setup, and I start forcing a trade. Okay, so you need to get more time off the screen, more time doing personal development, okay, becoming a better person, and then just going in and looking for one setup once a day, in one market session, right? Don't try and trade Asia, London, New York, Monday to Friday, because you're just going to get bored, tired, fed up, pissed off, and start chasing all sorts of crap in the market, right? And that's where you're going to blow accounts. So for those of you who are in the group, you already know I trade very little. I maybe take 1 to 2 setups a week. If I don't get a setup in a week, I'm not going to go to mum and dad crying. I don't really care. You know, there'll be one coming along next week. Like I did see in my other video, you know, one of our mentors used to say, you know, a setup is like a bus, you know, like a bus. If you miss one, there's always going to be another one coming, right? So don't worry if you miss one. There's always another trade setting up coming tomorrow. You know, you need to be thinking of the long game, right? So don't think about the trade you're taking now, okay? Because that is just one trade in many to come, right? If it's a loser, it's a loser. Don't beat yourself up about it. Don't start to, you know, doubt your plan. Okay, we've already done it. We've built it for you. You know, but you've got to think about the long-term game here, right? So what you're looking to do, you've got to build wealth over time. Okay, it doesn't come overnight. The rules that we built took a long time to develop. The patience takes time. You know, your skill set takes time. Being able to see the pattern very easily takes time. It's all time, right? You've got to take your time with everything. If you're starting to rush it, you know, I've got a couple of guys in the group now. I've already talked about it. If you're pushing and pushing and pushing, you're forcing it, trying to get into trade, you're really going to start messing things up, right? So that is my sort of process, how I go about things. I've tried to explain it in a simple way. Hopefully you guys get it. As we move into the new group, I've got a guy I was in the army with. He's going to be coming in as a mindset coach, right? He's an ex-army colleague of mine, but he's gone through a course for coaching. Okay, he's not going to be there to teach you to trade. That's going to be our job. And you've also, eventually we're going to have verified traders in there as well, so you can get in touch with them, you know, if you don't know what you're doing, to help hone in on your skills of the actual trading, right? But my friend Mike, he's going to be coming over from the army, purely to help you identify your issues, okay, in trading. So whether it be, you know, your current environment you're in, or your risk management, or you don't understand the setup, you know, he'll go through the whole lot. To help you better understand which bit you need to focus on in order to become a better trader, right? So I think that is it for this video. Bit out of breath. I've done this recording a few times to try and get it all out in one go, and it, you know, it went up to like 20 minutes previously, so I've cut it down to about 10 or 12 minutes now. So if you find this video useful, by all means, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share it with a friend, someone else who's committing, you know, currently killing their trading account or blowing up their computers or whatever. You know, I think there's not a lot of focus put on, or not enough focus put on trade psychology and patience, right? Like we had a stream earlier today in the group. You know, we were talking about how a lot of these you know, trading gurus, they're going to take an old course somewhere, you know, support resistance, technical analysis, all that crap. You know, polish it up, put it in new wrapping paper and try and sell it for £1,000, and you buy that and you realise it was the same as the last course you just bought, all right? These guys ain't teaching you, they ain't focusing enough on the mindset, the patience, the discipline, setting up a trade plan. You know, all they care about is getting a course to you, you know, give it you, send you packing on your way, sailing away on the ship and say, yeah, good luck with that one, all right? So you need to be thinking more about the mindset stuff. I know as a new trader, all you want to do is get in the market, chase the money, and I get it, okay? You know, I've been doing it, I've been in this game, you know, 5 years plus now. I know what it was like as a new trader. I lost a lot of money in my first year, £8,000 in my first year, plus I spent about 8 grand on courses, right? So at the time, that was a lot of money for me, you know, so I do understand. But if you're a struggling trader, you know, you really don't know how to set up a trading plan, you don't know what you're looking for in the markets, you don't know how to get a grip of your emotions, you know, like just get in the link below, decisionofpower.com, come over to us, come have a look around. It's free at the moment. You know, you're more than welcome to come in, learn from us. And if you decide you don't want the membership after, that's fine. You know, you can go your own way, you know, spread your wings, and hopefully you've learned enough from us to at least get consistent enough to make a bit of money in the market, right? So that'll do it for this video. I will see you in the next one.